I know you also tweeted this out. Cavs' interest in re-signing Caris LeVert. Again, that's an intriguing guy. He's been inconsistent, but when he's playing the way he's capable of playing, he can be a valuable piece.
Yeah, for sure. He's been very good lately. And I think that's why the Cavs have been able to weather this kind of weird schedule and weather, Allen having missed some time. Uh, Okoro really seems to have found his groove. The Cavs and even he himself has kind of been waiting for these moments where he would be consistent. We saw earlier in the year he had 41 against the Celtics, and then the next game he had 1 point. So you want to get rid of that. You want to find a happy medium, and he seems to really have been doing that off of the bench, very comfortable. That's kind of helped them also, overcome some of Isaac Okoro's struggles lately with Allen not just scoring, but also, distributing the ball, playing some excellent defense, particularly has really given them a lift in reserve, which is what they were hoping for when they moved him to the bench, because, excuse me, you're not getting that kind of consistency off the bench from most others. So LeVert doing this is not only a good sign for the Cavs moving forward and in the playoffs, but for potential LeVert return. It's almost to the point now where it would be a little bit of a surprise if he didn't come back next season, but he will be eligible for free agency, and whenever that's the case, there are a few questions. But the way he's playing now, without question, the Cavs want to bring him back, and it sounds like he wants to come back. So, great run or a great stretch here for Caris LeVert. If he keeps this up, he'll be a part of this core for a long time, I would think.
Fair to say, because you know what you expect from Garland, from Mitchell, maybe even from Mobley and Allen. How important is he to being LeVert to getting, not only that first series win, but challenging who you might play in the second series of the playoffs?
Oh, it'd be vital because, so much of what happens in the playoffs comes down to your quote unquote role players, or reserves in a lot of instances. How are your reserves playing against their reserves? Because, look, we know in the playoffs, generally speaking, your star players, your leading scorers are going to do their thing. It really, a lot of times, boils down to guys like LeVert or Chetty or Okoro, Lamar Stevens, Dean Wade. Those guys are going to have to step up in the playoffs to get the Cavs, to help them advance, further than maybe some people would expect. You need contributions and consistent contributions from your guys who aren't your stars. And really, LeVert is leading the way in that department. So, yeah, it's vital that he continues to do this in order for the Cavs to be able to feel like, yeah, we can go places because we have a guy who, after the All-Star break, would be considered, one of the top 6 men in the NBA.